How's it going, everyone? Today is December 4th, 2019, and this is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you guys are coming from. This is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. We actually just had a trade get filled on the USD/JPY. We're gonna have to start putting larger take profits because we've been doing 10, and ever since we've been doing 10, it's as if we can't get these trades on camera. But we actually got in at the 108.84 for I think it was $58.25 on the sell. So it was I believe price was about right here. And we got at 48.25, which is it's pretty much almost past now, is when we had this huge spike downwards. And we actually might go ahead and add on another position on that particular contract, because if you look on here, that's the GBP. There we are. You can see we're right on that positive 0.5. We're not seeing any really big divergence here, but you can see that in the past, the positive 0.5 has really held. So we might actually go ahead and get in on this trade again, but we want to get for a better price. We are in another trade on the Wall Street 30, and I'll show you why we're in that trade as well. So we've been having this huge spike up, and I'm pretty zoomed in here for obvious reasons. So I have a Fibonacci tool pretty much on this swing high to this swing low, and what I can expect happen is that we expect it to hit the 50 and kind of retrace back downwards, but what looks like we might actually retrace all the way back up to the 78.6, which is okay. But what you can see here is if I zoom out even more, we have had this huge spike down, and if I actually go into the Fibonacci tool and go to the swing high all the way down to the swing low here, we are roughly around the 38.2, and we're getting close to the 50, which is right about there. Let me go ahead and bring up the pin tool so it's just a little bit easier to see. But so I can expect that we probably will get maybe to the 50 today, but I'm thinking maybe not at this current moment. At least I'm hoping not for this particular moment. But if we do, that's totally fine. But we're going to go ahead and zoom in more here, and because what we also have here as well is we have a nice 3 candlestick pattern. Typically when you see an uptrend and then you see a 3 candlestick like you have here, like this downtrend, a 3 candlestick, you usually get some momentum. If you have this retrace downwards and you have this 3 candlestick, you have this retrace upwards. So typically you have that. Sometimes it doesn't always work. As you can see here, it did not work there. But we're hoping that we can kind of still follow somewhat of this trend, and that we're going to see some more downward momentum. It doesn't look like it's wanting to get there not quite yet, but we do have over an hour, about an hour and 3 minutes until this trade expires. But we do have our USD/JPY trade that did already expire, so we're going to not even watch that anymore. We're going to watch the Wall Street 30 from now on, and see if we can maybe possibly add positions or onto this particular contract, or if we can add on different contracts depending on where price goes. So we are kind of hovering around our strike. As you can see, we got at the 27,691. We're at 27,691.87. So we're not even one tick away from our strike. So what we're hoping is that maybe we see a retrace up into that 78.6. We will draw that Fibonacci retracement here as well, just so we can kind of watch it on NADEX as it starts to unfold. But as you can see, the 78.6 is roughly at that 27,703. So if we get around that area, we'll get, we'll put on this price. And to be honest with you, what we can honestly do is, let's see, 78 points. Let's see, it was 7703. So we're going to go back because again, NADEX's website is being really, really strange. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't figure out a way to 03. There we go. We kind of figured out how to manipulate it. So we're going to go ahead and put a limit order here, and we're going to put it in for exactly 50 in the event that oh, actually no, because it won't do it, because as you can see, the buy button is completely gone. Excuse me, and that's what happens when NADEX tends to get weird. So we're not going to even log out and log back in at the current moment, just because it seems as if NADEX is just going to keep making these mistakes and keep making these errors within this. I mean, you guys don't have to follow the beta website, but we're following it only because we've been told that NADEX is going to basically make this site permanent, but hopefully they make these fixes. So if NADEX, if you're listening to these videos, definitely fix this issue that people are having where I can click sell here and there is no sell. I have to log out, log back in, and because the site is so slow sometimes, you miss amazing opportunities. So I really hope that they get that fixed. If we do retrace back into the 61.8, which it looks like we're about to, actually might add on positions into this particular one. Are we able to add positions? Yeah, we're able to add positions, so there's no error there. So we're going to go ahead and go into the 5-minute here and just kind of see where price is going. It looks like it's not really losing much momentum. It looks like this is going to be our spike to get into the 78.3. Okay, now we're back in the game here. So as far as being able to add on, so we got average price at 43.25. It looks like if we keep on going up here, I'm going to go ahead and put it into the 1 minute just so we can really zoom in. Let's see, we got it at 9.1. So I'm going to go ahead and add on actually 10 more positions here as it starts to go. I'm going to go ahead and put my charts on this side of me, so I can watch it, because NADEX's website is really delayed. So we're just going to watch it from here. And it looks like we're getting at a little bit of a down spike. So we're going to add on positions there. I'm going to get ready to add on this contract as well for 10. But I am just watching it on Thinkorswim, just so we can get a good price. Now our average price, it was 43, now it's 49. So now what we can do is go and amend the order. We had it at 33, so now we can make it at 39. And then we'll make it for 20. Alright, so we can see that price has come up, and then it definitely tried to make its way back down, but it looks like it went all the way down into the 50, as you can see. I don't know if you can kind of see the dotted line right here, but that is the 50% retracement. And so it came back down, hit on the 50, and then we're going back up into that 78.6. And then I guess it's going to be all about if we fail on that 78.6 or not. We did go ahead and amend the order. So we're going to kind of go ahead and see if we can't just zoom out a little bit here and just kind of see what's going on. Looks like we're making new highs on that. We might bust through that 78.6. We just have so much failure within this area that I'm thinking that we'll probably keep failing. We do have room to keep adding on positions if we want, and we might actually do that as it starts to keep pushing upwards as it's doing. So if we do, we might add on another 20 positions and then call it a day on those. Just watching the Thinkorswim charts, it looks like the candlestick has busted through that 78.6 on the 1 minute. So we're at 61 on the price. We've basically somewhat made a double top on this 1 minute chart, and we're making a double top on this 15 or 10 minute chart as well. So looks like we're starting to get some momentum downwards, but nothing too exciting at the moment from what I can see. I'm just watching it on my other screen. All right. Honestly, we may actually start buying positions here. Go ahead and get some sells there as well. All right, we're starting to see some downward momentum. So we're going to go ahead and we got the average price at 41. So we're going to go 31. 31.50. And then place that order. So now we're looking at 10 on each side. So as long as we just keep on going down here, I'm just watching the chart on Thinkorswim. on my other screen. And it looks like we start to get some lower momentum, and then what ends up happening, or downward momentum, and then what ends up happening is that price ends up hitting a 61.8 or a 50 retracement, and then it kind of spikes back up, which means that the buyers are just not wanting this price to keep selling off. I'm going to go ahead and delete this Fibonacci retracement as well, just because it's kind of getting in the way, and I have it already on my other chart. So here's our two sells. We have 20 here and 20 here. So we're just going to kind of watch it, but I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and then we're going to come back and see what happens once we've either taken profit or if the trade closes out. All right, we are getting this spike down here, so we're going to keep seeing this spike down a little bit more. We have retraced into that 38.2 extension. We are getting close to that 31, which is what we were at here. We're just going to kind of keep watching this, but we did see a huge spike downwards. As you can see, it doesn't really show on the 10-minute, but if we go into the 1-minute, which is where we were at, you can see that we've really spiked down. So my next goal is to really kind of get rid of this 691, which is where we're close to here, and see if we can't get rid of that within the parameter. So as of right now, we're looking at about a possible 20 bucks on profit on here, because we have to take out the fees. But we just gotta wait for that big kind of more of a spike down. But what we have to have happen is, if you look on the NADEX chart, which sometimes it's a little hard to see. Okay, see if I can get it here. Sometimes it's a little funky. Alright, so what we have to really do here is we really have to kind of break this zone. This is the zone we have to break. All of this right here, because what we've done is we've created a zone here as well. And so now we're kind of, going in between, back and forth. And right here is considered resistance now. It was support, as you can see. We support here, and then we had resistance, and then support, resistance, and then support, and so now we have resistance here again. So hopefully price won't come back up and test it as support and keep rallying. What we can possibly see happen is that price comes maybe back into here and goes around that zone, and then kind of spikes down to that 27,679. Okay, one of them has definitely filled. All right, so we're looking at 39, I believe, was our other price. It's 39, but we can look to possibly just end this trade right here, right now, because we're getting into that 23.6 extension. So we'll probably just go ahead and kind of watch this and see what we're doing here. Yeah, we're getting some spike up, so we're just going to go ahead and close it for the 92.50 and then minus the fees, so about 72.50. And then the other one we got pretty much fully filled, so we're going to go ahead and delete this order as well before that actually goes into a trade on accident. We don't want that. So that was our trade. So let's go ahead and go back into the chart and kind of see why we took the trade when we did, and all that good stuff. So here we are at this at the Dow Jones. As you remember, we did take a trade on the USD/JPY, so we have profit on that one as well. Just it wasn't captured on camera. We got $10 on 10 contracts. We got $10 per contract on each contract, so about $90 after the fees. So anyway, so we have this this little zone here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this Fibonacci, and then we'll see it kind of fresh. So we were getting close into this +1, as you can see, and the biggest thing that was kind of a tell sign for me is that if you go into the 15-minute chart, you see that we are just spiking down. We were just going down, 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 down. But if you learn anything when it comes to forex, is this exact same thing when it comes to even futures like this. And I will tell you that we are going to be getting some forex packages in soon. Actually, it will be in January. We are starting the new year with a complete forex package that will help you just with traditional forex as well. So it will be chock full of about, I think, 8 to 9 hours worth of videos that you guys can watch. Each video is maybe about 7 to 8 minutes long. It's not going to keep you bored watching the same video for an hour. We're thinking about putting quizzes in and all that good stuff. So what we'll teach you is doing things like this. If you see this huge spike downwards and you start to see it retrace, you can kind of find where your retrace will be. And how you do that is you put a Fibonacci retracement tool to the top, to the bottom. All right, and what that does is what you're able to do then is kind of watch and see where's price going to go. Well, obviously price is probably going to go around in the 50 zone. We haven't even gotten into, I mean, we tested, as you can see, right to the tick. We tested on the 38.2 and then retraced back down into the positive 0.5 deviation, and then now we've rallied back up. So we have the positive 1 as well as the 50, and typically what ends up happening is that price goes at least to the 50 zone. And you'll learn that within our forex course, is that price will typically go into the 50 zone, or at least near that 50 zone. I mean, we're not even, we're really close to it. We're not that far away from it. So about the 50 zone is where you start to see a big retrace back downwards. And all this is just kind of a psych out, is that a lot of people are thinking, oh, I'm just going to keep on buying. And then we end up having even more bears coming into the market and really trying to push this market down. As you can see, we've gone down quite a bit from 28,197 all the way down to 27,312 in just a couple of days. So so you have to understand that momentum is there, and that the momentum going down is nowhere near as strong as the momentum going up. So if we have more of this momentum, as you can see, this is 1 full day, this is 2 full days, and so for 2 full days we've taken this much room in downward momentum. Now we do have 1 full day of this momentum, and we're almost about halfway, but will this day right here show the market still going all the way up into maybe the 78.6? I highly doubt it. I don't think that that's going to happen at all. What I possibly think happen is that we're going to retrace into that 50, maybe test that 61.8, and then we're going to go back down and maybe test that 23.6 again. It's going to be all about where the deviations go, where the value area goes. That's going to kind of show you where market might go. So, and then I'm going to go one last time and show you why we took the USD JPY trade the way we did, and if we would have kept that one, we would be nice in the money. But we actually took this trade based off of the deviations. As you can see, we bounced right off that 0.5 to the tick, which is an amazing opportunity there. So what we can do is zoom in on, this is a 1 minute chart. So if we zoom in here, what we can see is that we had a lot of huge right there to right here. We were extremely overbought. And what we ended up doing was waiting for a retrace. So we ended up waiting for a retest of this zone, because you never want to just be like, oh, okay, it's right there to the positive 0.5. I'm going to go ahead and sell. You want to wait for more confirmation. We have confirmation here for the overbought zone. We have confirmation there, but the next thing we need to do is wait for price to retest in that zone and see some more failure, see some more confirmation. That's the next thing we have to do. So when price came back and kind of wicked here, we saw some nice divergence as well. You have some highs here, but it's low here, and so as you can see, this is showing some downward momentum. We're just kind of stagnant. So we knew that positive 0.5 was going to hold at least a little bit, and so we wanted to go ahead and get that downward move. Now we did retrace back up, and then as you can see, we've just been working our way down. Now, if you would have held this trade, what would have been the next question would be is, well, where do I hold it to? Well, you can do a long form Fibonacci, which is going from the latest low, being the lowest of the day, and then going to there and saying, okay, well, it's probably going to go to that 23.6 right here, and then that would be a good point. But I mean, at that point, if you would have sold here, which is where we did, from here to here is so far away that you would have been looking at, I mean, basically full profit. I mean, you could have closed it with only maybe a $1 fee, or basically losing $1 in opportunity. So it wouldn't have been really that worth it. So what you kind of do is that you look for more what we can kind of consider short term. So what you do is you look for the latest low after the spike. So you take that swing high and say, well, the latest low was about right here. And you say, well, I want to get rid of this trade at around the 78.6 level, which is right here to right here. So this is not actually that far away. If you look 108.87, 108.80. So it's not that far away. And so you kind of notice that, and that this little range here is not much, and that kind of gives you more of an idea, because within NADEX, if you got in at 50, which is around about the range that we got, I think was 48, or 58, sorry, because we got in at an out of the money trade. So if you get at a 58 zone, which is where we got it, 48 is really not all the way down to the 78.6 level on the Fibonacci tool. So that's just kind of things to consider when it comes into trading. Now, the last thing that I do want to talk to you guys about is the sale that we are still running, even still to this day. We are still running this. So 1 second. All right, so I'm going to show you the results for today. We had some nice results today. We've had two trades, USD/JPY, both winners, amazing trades. So we're going to go ahead and go into the main page here and show you guys that we are still running this amazing sale for Cyber Monday. We have been wanting to give you guys a sale so nobody misses out on it. Just the regular thriving signals are just $100 a month. Your deviations, which is what we show pretty much almost every day in these videos, is only $90 a month. And the full access pass, which is limited time and you are locked in for life on this, is a lifetime price. So if the price goes up, your price will never go up. It will stay 150. You get the full auto trader system. You get the unlimited live signals, which is here, and you get the daily deviation levels, which is here. So really, this is over $190 value. It's over that, and we're giving it to you for $150 per month. You're able to get SMS alerts as well, which are included within the thriving signals. You're able to get our dedicated support and desktop and mobile signal table as well. So if you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment in the comment section down below or email us by going to our website at www.thrivingbull.com.